everybody, it's Devin the Dream Haney. We just finished a live press conference, me and George Kambosos, ready for October 15th. I can't wait, live on ESPN. Everyone tune in. This fight is going to be better than the first one, trust me. I'm ready, and I can't wait to put on a great show for all the fans.
What's going on, you guys? Devin Haney, George Kambosos is going down October 15th in Melbourne, Australia. And after the first fight, right? The first fight was a complete shutout performance for Devin Haney. I mean, George Kambosos had absolutely nothing for Devin the Dream Haney. He had every advantage going into that fight, outside of maybe the stature, the size advantage. But other than that, he had the hometown advantage. He had every advantage going into that fight. And he lost the fight in a horrible way, right? I mean, he got completely outclassed to the point where Devin Haney felt that there was no need for a rematch. I mean, let's be honest. Based off what we saw in that first fight, this dude did not deserve a rematch. I mean, one couldn't fathom that he would even want a rematch after getting schooled so badly by the young Devin the Dream Haney. But of course, George Kambosos fought through the rematch. Why? Because there's a lot of money on the table. George Kambosos got paid a substantial amount of money for the first fight. Of course, the second fight, he's going to get paid pretty much the same, right? So yeah, this is just a payday opportunity for George Kambosos, if you ask me. This is a great payday opportunity, and this is why he's following through with it, because the first fight, he got totally outclassed. And now there's a narrative that's been painted out there in Australia, because I never heard of this out here on this side of the world. I never heard of this, but I guess apparently Devin Haney was holding too much, and that the referee or something wasn't doing his job. Check it out.
When you watched the fight back, was that a concern of yours that there was a lot of holding in that fight and the referee allowed Devin, when you would advance or trying to work out of a clinch, the referee was quick to call a break?
Yeah, look, it's my momentum was never able to let go. But look, I'm not going to take it away from Devin. Fantastic win. He's a man of his word. Him and his father, they will come back, give me the shot like I gave them a shot. But you know, the hard-working fans, they pay a lot of money for a good action fight. So, you know, I just hope that this referee this time does justice for the fight and, you know, lets the fight, you know, go the way it's meant to be. But, you know, that's in the past now. I'll focus on one thing.
Now, to hearing what they said at the press conference they had, it's a virtual press conference. You know, Devin Haney has to go out there once again. It's part of the deal. And this is some of the obstacles and the hoops that Devin Haney had to jump just to get the fight in the first place. It makes me wonder what Lomachenko had to have to do all that and fight him again out there and all that. You know, Lomachenko usually fights at other people's countries anyway, but his home is basically here in America as a fighter for Lomachenko. So would he have done that to Lomachenko? You know, Devin Haney got to go out there twice and shit. It's crazy. But that's where the money's at for that fight. So the government and the country's putting up the money for the fight. So this is why George Kambosos was able to get the money that he was able to get. Correct me if I'm wrong there, right? But they also are painting a narrative out there. They also writing a script out there that Devin Haney was holding too much. And it's cap. It's absolute bullshit. Devin Haney outclassed this dude. Totally outclassed him. I don't think it was no necessary holding. And if anything, the judges, the ref, and everything else would have been favoring George Kambosos in that fight. I didn't see it at all. I mean, Devin Haney fought about as good as a fight as you could ever fight in somebody's home country under those circumstances, right? Going up into the fight. Him essentially being out there alone, right? So, yeah, I'm not trying to hear it. And you can see in George's eyes that he knew he was wrong for even following along with this little narrative that they have painted out there, they built up out there. You could tell he didn't like it, but, I mean, you could tell that he, you know, but he's going along with it anyway. Oh, I hope they get better referees this time, and, you know, some bullshit, man. It's their way of selling the fight. The people out there probably don't believe in George. They probably don't believe. They know what they saw. Come on. They didn't watch the fight with blindfolds on. They know what they saw. Dude got outclassed. Our boy got outclassed. He got shut out by the young American, right? Got shut out. So now the young American is coming back. What's going to happen again? How you going to sell it to the people the second time after what happened the first time? Well, let's just say the referee didn't do his job. Let's blame it on the ref. Let's blame it on the ref, and let's just blame it on the fact that Devin Haney holds a lot, which is part of boxing anyway, right? Even if he did hold in the fight, which I don't recall too much holding in the fight. I really don't, but it's part of the fight. It's part of the game. It's part of defense. You smother a guy or you hold a guy to stop his offense, to slow his momentum down, to make him have to reset. This is part of the fucking game. Now, there is a such thing as excessive clinching, right? But certain guys use it as a really good tool. It's a really good defense, man. You got to know how to deal with it. And if it happened, that's your fault for letting it happen. But I don't recall him clinching like that in that fight. I remember a lot of jabs being thrown. That's what I remember. And I remember him being schooled. That's what I remember. So stop the cap, George. Stop the cap, dude with the Australian promoter, boxing announcer guy. Stop the cap. You know what I'm saying? Because we know what's real over here. We know what we saw. And we know that Devin Haney's going to go out there and he's going to come back with those belts once again. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.